Right, Bank Holiday Monday, the 2nd of January in the Coppice. So I've come out to do some work, even though it's Bank Holiday, because basically it's a lovely day. And again, the forecast for next week is again rain. Rain. Getting a bit fed up with it. Right, anyway, that's what we did yesterday. Moved that little lot. Maybe 2 tons. That's metric tons, not old-fashioned tons. That's a short bit. If I end up with a short bit, it's usually because there's been a curve either end. So I tend to cut out the curves because you get this. See this bit here? Cocked up at this end, but that'll even out overall. And it'll stack relatively well in the log break when we come to cut it. This is the cord. And it's all up on these bearers. See, this bit here's got a bit of water grafting going on, but we've cut that out. And the idea is to get it so that it doesn't actually touch the ground, because that gets dirt on your timber, which obviously dulls your saw when you come to cut it. And it also seasons more easily and doesn't get the rot in it. This is last year's, and with all the wet we've had recently, you can see we're getting quite a lot of fungi appearing, which is kind of nice sort of nature conservation-y wise, but not so good for firewood. But we're not planning to burn this winter anyway, because although it's seasoned, it's lost all its life water. You'd have to dry it. But before all that, you have to get it out, and I can't get stuff out because I haven't got a 4-wheel drive vehicle or a decent track, or a tractor would be good. Did this yesterday, moved all the tops and moved all the don't know what you call these, I suppose crooks. You can see these, you drive this end into the dirt, that end up there, that hook pins down the bits that you layer. Did some more of the dead hedge yesterday. You can see it's higher. It wants to be at least 6 foot high. I think on one of the videos I said 8 foot. 8 foot's great, 6 foot is okay. And wide is better than narrow, especially if there's brash lying on the far side, especially as that's slightly uphill. If Bambi can't get a good run up, he's less likely to jump over, and if you can't see through, he's less likely to jump over. And they can clear 8 foot if they get a good run, or they got incentive like something chasing them. So today I'm going to be working up here. We'll knock some more of these over, because we cleared the area yesterday, came up without the saw. If you watch the video, you'll see what I did. And you can see where we've been cutting. The sun over there, we can have a look. That's the dead hedge we did yesterday. It was done up to about there. I've added this bit. I started the next little short section. This is all stuff from previous years. This is a bit I didn't get around to yesterday because it got too dark to see me footing properly. Moved a lot of stuff downhill. Chucked all this lot, and it basically skidded on these longitudinal lengths and wound up into a pile down there. So it's rope and chainsaw today. I'll set up a little thing to do some what do you call it? Oh, I can never remember what it's called. Time lapse. And if I put you somewhere about here, you should be able to see that and see me doing what I do. About here. You should be able to see me doing what I do without getting clobbered. As you can see, all the bits I want to fell that way, so the tops go up into the dead hedge. They're all pointing that way, except for this one in the middle here. And some of them are big and heavy, but if I get the rope up high, that should be fine. Right, let's set about doing some stuff. Right, made myself a little viewing position. We'll see if this survives. Basically it's just a length of this year's coppice with a point on the end, smacked in with a Cyberman so that it's parallel, not parallel, horizontal. I'll stick you on there. Can you see the tops? Can't quite. So I'll put an ivy leaf underneath you, chop you up a bit. Can you see now? Slightly on the squiffy. Right, I think that'll work. First rope's up. Right, let's put you on whatever it is, time lapse. Right, how much of that did you see? This one here wasn't behaving at all. Every time I got the rope up, it would snag on the one behind, and there's no way you want to try and pull two, or I don't want to pull two, especially one at the back is leaning over at an extreme angle. Anyway, it's time for me to have a break. Right, the next couple are going to go away over towards our right, towards that dead hedge, because the lean is really extreme when it's over that way. I could fell them this way with the rope, but it would be a lot of grunting and straining, so I'll go that way. Right, that last one was a bit about on the limit. What you can do, a lot of weight over the back. You could see where it was leaning. But if you noticed, instead of doing it the conventional way, putting my bird's mouth in and then doing the back cut, I did the back cut first. If I'd come forward a little bit further, I'd have had a thinner hinge, which should have been more like 1/10, which is what you're supposed to do, 1/3 to half. So you've hinged as wide as possible so it doesn't go off that way or this way. So it's sat back, but only after I'd already got the holding wedge in, which is why I did this back cut first. So it's backwards from the way you normally taught. And there was a lot of mass there. If you do it the right way, then it sits back on your saw bar, so the mass is even further back this way, yeah? So you put it on a holding wedge, you have a little bit more of a chance. There's my hinge from the bottom. That might be the bit I cut out. It is, so nice and wide. It did actually break off because the bird's mouth shut up. And then you can see what I'm doing to the top. 2 saw lengths cut. 2 saw lengths cut. And I'm snedding off bits like this. So it's nice and straight. And there was a branch here. So sned him off nice and tight. So it lies all nice and together without much gap in the cord. Right, I'll take my rope out and then cut off the top. Okay, it's been sunny all day. And can you see any difference? Been working over here. Move some more heathers. What do you call them? Bean rods. Some tops here. Been felling lots of things this way, as well as felling things that way. Got to move those yet. Moved quite a lot of firewood. And I've at last been able to start knocking some of these edge trees straight over on the dead hedge. You can see these, the way they're lying. That's where they fall. If you get your felling right, nice and accurate, and hopefully you don't have to move stuff. Moving stuff is a pest. So down here, sharpened my saw for the first time since I've been up here. So that's probably 11 hours before it needed a little tickle. Wasn't really a sharpen. And this is the state of the firewood pile, the cord. And that's the end. The bearers just sticking out on this side. The end stops, driven in, and a big stopper log, and then these uprights are driven in with the Cyberman just here, and about 6 inches, and the log behind it basically supports it. And that will come up to the top of those and then go all the way over there, and that will be, I guess, about 8 to 10 tons this year, so slightly more than last year because it's a slightly bigger area. Done a bit more on this dead hedge, knocked over a few, dropped them on here, so yeah, still making progress. So back up here whenever it's decent weather again, because I made a good start. I ought to do some paperwork and stuff for the end of the year because I'm self-employed, so that needs doing and I'm well behind with doing it. Right, end of the day, time to go home. If you watched this far, thank you very much.